MBA, Masters of Business Administration. This means if you want to make your career in a stream that can help your businesses grow, you do MBA. Growth of business means more money to the organization. More money to the organization means more money to you. But it is not just about the money. Anyway, making money is not easy. Look around you. There are many chai walas, many vada pav walas, many nariyal pani walas that are around. Similarly, a swarm of companies selling cars, mobile phones, laptops, scores of entrepreneurs offering consulting, yoga, MBA test prep courses like us. More fintech companies than you can even imagine. Cred, PhonePe, Paytm, Amazon Pay, WhatsApp Pay, Bharat Pay, and whatnot. Not that they have given me any money to really promote them. Anyway, you know what is it that they are going to do if I'm promoting so many? Take our shampoo, for example, our toothpaste, our cola drink. Now even our co-working office spaces are available. People don't have to start the companies in their garages anymore. 250 rupees a day and you get a decent co-working space. And e-commerce. That's India's game. Amazon started with book selling. And then they sold everything on this planet online. Then thousands of e-commerce companies and more companies that offer platform to new entrepreneurs to conduct their e-commerce business through them came up. There is another interesting thing about Indian e-commerce sector, rishte hi rishte. You make your life partners online, your date partners online, your support groups online. So much so that there are so many memes across the border on the dating apps. Online, 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 online. That's the thing of today. Welcome to IMS India. I'm Ashish Chugh. This is the MBA Blueprint. Is there any limit to human imagination where a human cannot provide something meaningful to the world? Hardly. But how is this happening? Who is making this thing possible? Let's take a look. See, when an organization starts something new and it works, many others come up. Then it becomes the game of creating the right product, communicating the right message, offering the right thing, improving your operations, hiring the right people, having a robust IT infrastructure to support your operations, ensuring that your financial assets are used properly to grow your business. So to manage so many dedicated functions, you need experts, and that's where MBA comes into picture. MBA degree trains a person in the field of business management. Everybody learns everything there and then becomes a specialist in one of these streams. Some become good marketing managers, some become good operation managers, some become good finance managers, some become good at hiring people. Some become good at creating apps and IT infrastructure. It is absolutely okay if you right now don't know what you want to be. Many don't. As long as getting into a business world excites you, you are the right candidate for MBA. So, what is it that MBA gives you? Let's take a look at 7 key metrics, 7 key things that MBA offers you. This is going to help you extensively to decide whether you want to go for MBA or not. Let's take a look at it. The first one is critical hard and soft skills. What do we mean by that? Hard skills are technical skills like data analysis, creating and evaluating financial statements, market research methods, etc. Soft skills include leadership, project management, innovative thinking, empathy, right? Communication skills, and they both are necessary to ensure an accelerated career. Nobody wants a manager who cannot communicate properly with his or her teammates and subordinates, but knows everything in the world, how to do some sort of a data analysis and come up with a strategy. Who is going to work with such a manager who doesn't have people skills? Both the skills are important. The second thing, very interesting, better job prospects. This is something which excites a lot of people. So there was a corporate recruiter survey that happened in 2022, which was done by GMAC. And it stated that 95% of the staffing firms and 95% of the corporate recruiters expect to hire new MBA graduates. And this trend actually doesn't seem to be ending. Why? Because again, the same study said that 87% of corporate recruiters have great confidence in business schools' ability to prepare individuals to be successful in their organizations. And why? Because business schools offer everything that a corporate sector requires to be functional. Why not? They would support them. They are getting ready-made people who would come on the job, spend some days in understanding the work, and start performing. The organization is not required to find talented people, to train them on finance, marketing, operations, project management, etc. They just leave the B schools, and there they are. So they will just hire from good B schools because they know that these good B schools are going to prepare them for what the organization wants to achieve. So always remember that you are not aiming just for an MBA, you are aiming for an MBA from a good B school. Third thing, that's kind of very interesting. Increased salary potential. We want money. We are giving our time. We are giving our money in terms of our preparation and later in terms of the fee that we are going to pay to the college to earn more money. Over a long period of time, it has been seen that the median salary earned by MBA graduates is quite high. In India, top B schools offer a median starting salary, remember that, in the range of 25 to 35 LPA, which increases to double and more in less than 10 years. Now, isn't it interesting? Again, it is the earning potential, and it depends on various business types. For example, it could be possible that somebody in investment banking could be earning more than, say, somebody in marketing. So that doesn't mean that the marketing person is earning just nothing, right? It's just a relative difference. But overall, we have seen that salary potential is quite high for an MBA as compared to a non-MBA in a very general comparison. Now, there is a cost to go to business schools also. For top B schools, it could be anything between 20 and 30 lakh for a 2-year program. This is statistic from India. This suggests that the beginning salary package also justifies the return on investment if you are getting anything between 25 and 35. So in India and in the rest of the world also, majority of MBA participants take education loans because they know that they will be able to pay it back quickly. Hence, this becomes an investment on oneself. In fact, I invite you to check out our videos on placement reports of B schools, which is going to help you understand the salary potential. Third, practice of solving real business challenge. Now, that's kind of interesting. Let me share my experience on it. Why should I blabber just like that? So I was preparing for a case study challenge during my MBA days in which I was required to find out the solution to the problem of a company, and the problem was related to their medical equipment business. This became an easy task for me. Why? Because by then I had studied market research as part of my subject. I had worked on SPSS software for analytics, all this thing in college. There is a mandatory curriculum at IIM Calcutta which is called Management Games, and it is there at various other colleges, good B schools with different names, of course. So what happens in Management Games, now listen to this carefully, very interesting. A business simulation software, which is called Capstone, is used in which a professor feeds the basic information and then creates some teams who would start their business in a simulated fashion. The game lasts for 8 hours, and every hour means 1 year in the business. All teams do their thing when they enter the values in the R&D, finance, operations, etc. What money they are going to invest in, what kind of product they want to create. They will just set every specs and everything. Now they create a product, they take product out of circulation, they improve the product. It takes a bit of time also to mature that product. So it's not like the moment you create a product, it is going to really revolutionize the market. So it's kind of a really good practical simulation. These teams focus on various other things also, focus on building brand equity. So in the end, the team that works the best and constantly makes the changes according to market results, that again, professor would stimulate every second or third hour or every hour, that team emerges as the best team. There cannot be a better way to understand the complexity of the business. Now, because of that, my concepts got cleared, not once, but thrice, because 2 times there were management games, which were mandatory for everybody to take. And the 3rd time I took this simulation game as part of my credit subject in the final year. So these practical learning opportunities and case studies, along with many live projects that I did, helped me get the real world practice of business challenges. When I stepped into the industry after my MBA, I performed easily there. If I had not done MBA, it would have taken me a couple of years more to learn, and that too after committing many errors, which many organizations might not really would want me to do. Almost all B schools teach you through something which is known as case study method. I'm sure this is the word you have heard of. It's a buzzword when we talk about MBA curriculum. So what do they do there? They pick up existing problems of the business through published case studies and then discuss the same through multiple vantage points in the class. These schools, my dear, are the best places to learn practical stuff, and employers value that. The fifth one, this is also very interesting. You might want to know that, is that most of the B school participants, and I was one of them, are not very culturally aware when it comes to global culture because the experience that they come with doesn't really give them or seldom gives them that kind of a freedom or experience or the exposure. But post MBA, people go to various countries for short and longer durations to work with people coming from various walks of life, your clients, your teammates. Now, if you don't have anything about their culture, if you are not sensitive about that, how will you be able to manage in a global atmosphere? So when you go to the B school, you get a global culture training. Imagine one perfectly fine word in your language could be another's abuse. One cool gesture here could be obscenity there. You might love to mingle with your colleagues in a friendly manner while at work, but maybe the culture of a particular country could be different. In B schools, you get that opportunity to interact with people who are coming from various walks of life, various countries, different professional experiences, ages, ideologies, and whatnot. B school is, you can say, the melting pot of cultures. When you step into a global environment later on, it doesn't feel alien to you after graduating from a B school. Next, extensive alumni network. A lot of people just mention this thing, they know it, they have read this thing in various blogs and so forth. But allow me to tell you why this thing is probably the most important advantage of MBA. So let me be very practical. You want to be an entrepreneur and want funding? No one will trust you more than your alumni because they know what kind of training you have gotten at that institute. Also, the first challenge is to get the contact details of influential people with a with a really strong background. So having a strong old alumni network of a good B school, you have the entire directory at your disposal. There are many connects that happen every year. Again, if I talk about my college, they call it the nostalgia. You make more and more connections there. And if you don't want to be an entrepreneur, which is okay, you would still want to switch your jobs. Job is one thing where references matter a lot because one person who is referring you is taking your responsibility. Again, apply to LinkedIn and job portals as much as you want to. You might still not get the requisite response. Those of you who have tried it, you already know that. But apply through a batchmate or a senior or a junior, and your CV has better chances of shortlisting. Not that they're going to give you the job right away, but getting the opportunity of an interview is more than half the job done. Ask the people around you from good B school or connect them through LinkedIn and ask them, how did they get their second job? 90% or more will say through a referral. And that's the power of network, my dear, which a B school gets you. So even if you spend a fortune, think about it, you can't get that kind of a network unless you are part of a premier MBA school. And finally, the power of social impact. Now you have made your career. That's cool. But there comes a time in your life when you think, what can I do more beyond myself? And people also expect you to do. That's the social impact you can create. For that, you need money, you need influence, you need fire, you need network. Imagine while working for a company that manufactures uh, mobile phones, and you do your market research to know what people at the bottom of the pyramid want in a mobile phone. And then you get to know their challenges because you are on a market research spree. They want a mobile phone to conduct their business, to receive money from Paytm and all, to teach their kids, to watch TV shows, to connect with their families living in other cities, to listen to music and whatnot. So you realize that phone is not a luxury for them and they can just afford it to a limited level. Then you realize how people live and you think about making more affordable phones. You think about educating their kids for free so that they don't drop out of school to earn money. You open an NGO and you start a company with a sole purpose of creating jobs. That's the impact you make. And you have this responsibility toward the society. Isn't it great? So, my dear, as an MBA, you get a fulfilled life, a life full of challenges and rewards, but nothing good comes for free. You have to work hard for it. And for that, you need to start preparing for entrance tests. We will talk about it in our next video on MBA entrance exams. Till then, subscribe and share. Write down your queries in the comment section. I'll be happy to address them. See you soon.